Manchester United now close to reaching total agreement with West Ham over the sale of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Fabrizo Romano confirms that Mario Hermoso is being discussed by United over a potential free agent deal. Mazraoui waiting to join after Wan-Bissaka deal completed, and Victor Lindelof looking set to leave the club. These are some of the stories we will be discussing on this afternoon show. But before we get into that, please do me one small favour. Smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 1,000 likes on this episode. And if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe. We're literally just about to hit 36,000 subscribers. So if this is your first time watching, make sure you get involved. I'm live every single day at 8:30, 1:30 and 6. Right, let's start the show off by talking about Victor Lindelof. So this story broke a couple of hours ago from multiple different people here in the UK. And the headline is this: Victor Lindelof is set to depart Manchester United this summer. It says he is attracting serious interest from several clubs, including Saudi and Italy. United are asking for a transfer fee of around £6 to £9 million. Lindelof wants to leave the club for a new challenge. Now, £6 to £9 million doesn't sound like very much, but when you consider his wages as well, he's on £120,000 a week, which is about £6.5 million a season. Let's be honest, he's surplus to requirements. Maguire's ahead of him. Johnny Evans is ahead of him. Luke Shaw's ahead of him as a left-sided centre-back when he's fit. Obviously, Martinez and Lenny Yoro are ahead of him. And he's only got 1 year left on his deal. So when you add all of those things together, £6 to £9 million, yes, it's only a tiny amount of money in the grand scheme of things from a football perspective, but I would take that. If we could get 9 for him, I think I'd be quite happy, especially, as I said, when you consider the wages you'd be saving, which is about £6.5 million per season in wages. But how do you feel about Victor Lindelof? Like, should he be given another year at the club? He's not going to get a new contract. He's 30 years of age, and with only 1 year left on his deal, this is our final chance to get any money back for him. So for me personally, 100% sell. If you were selling him to Saudi, I would hope that you would get at least 9 million. But I would understand, if it's an Italian club that comes in for him, maybe 6 million is more realistic. But I do still think for a Swedish international who's the captain of Sweden at the age of 30, we should be able to get around 9 million. And that's what this story is reporting. So you can let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. And then keeping on the topic of centre-backs, moving over to Mario Hermoso. So Fabrizo Romano has tweeted in the last hour saying that apparently Mario Hermoso has been discussed internally at Manchester United. They see him as an option as he is available as a free agent, having left Atletico Madrid. He says that Hermoso does have several different options on the table. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really watch La Liga that much, so I only really know this guy from Champions League, but he does look like a very, very good centre-back. He's 29 years of age, left-sided centre-back. He's left-footed. He can also play at left-back as well, which I think is very, very interesting. Obviously, the fact that he's a free agent makes it quite an appealing deal. If we were to buy him on the market, he'd be worth somewhere around 20 to 25 million. And when you think that he would definitely be an improvement on Lindelof and he's available for free, it then makes the Lindelof sale a no-brainer. You sell Lindelof for 9 million and you bring in Mario Hermoso for free. He wants around £130,000 a week wages, which, if anybody remembers a couple of seconds ago, Lindelof is on 120. So it's almost like a like-for-like swap as far as wages go. Lindelof leaves, Hermoso comes in and replaces him. He can play at left back. He can cover at left-sided centre-back, because at the moment, our only left-sided centre-back is Martinez. Yes, Luke Shaw can play at left-sided centre-back, but I don't think we can rely on Luke Shaw even to play at left-back. His injuries and being unfit all the time is a massive, massive concern. So I think this Mario Hermoso guy is an absolute no-brainer. Played over 42 games for Atletico Madrid last season. Very, very good player. The only reason he didn't stay at Atletico was because he wanted more money. They were trying to give him a contract on smaller wages. He said no, and then effectively he left. So it's one of those situations where, the club wants someone to stay, but they're not happy to meet his wage demands. But it is worth noting, at Atletico Madrid in his final season, he was earning about 130 grand. So the wages that he's asking from Manchester United is the same amount of money that he was earning at Atletico. So it's not like he's coming to United and saying, double my wages. He's asking to be paid the same amount. So it's pretty fair. I probably would only give him maybe like a 1 or 2 year contract. Being 29, we don't really want to encourage giving, people of that age like big long deals. It just doesn't make any sense, especially with Ineos's message that they want to sign players under the age of 25, and he doesn't fit that profile. So yeah, I would give him the contract, but maybe for 2 years tops, maybe 3 at the very, very most. But as a free agent signing, I think it's a no-brainer. And I think it's something Manchester United will now look to do, obviously with De Ligt as the main priority. But moving on from that, I want to jump on over to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So this is being reported by pretty much all of the mainstream media now. So it's been reported by Sky Sports, Pletigol, multiple different other people. And the headline is this, that Manchester United, where is it? Let me just read it. There we go. It says West Ham and Manchester United are now close to a full agreement on a deal for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. They say that club to club and club to player deals are now done. Wan-Bissaka's exit terms are also now done. That was what was holding up the deal before. And then it says there is now an increased confidence from all parties that the deal will go through today. So it looks like we will get the here we go for Aaron Wan-Bissaka today. And then Florian Plettenberg has reported that Manchester United and West Ham are set to finalise the transfer of Aaron Wan-Bissaka today, and they will. So he's saying that it will be announced today, Aaron Wan-Bissaka to West Ham. And we know that as soon as that deal is announced, the domino will fall and we will then sign Mazraoui. So yeah, very, very positive. He goes on to say that apparently his medical has been booked for the next 3 days. Done deal very soon. So this is coming out from Florian Plettenberg, who is the Sky Sports journalist, reports mainly on Bayern Munich. So obviously he has an invested interest in this story because he knows that Wan-Bissaka leaving Manchester United will mean Mazraoui joins from Bayern. So yeah, that's why he's obviously so on top of this story. I wish Aaron Wan-Bissaka all the best. I like him. I think he was a good player. I just don't think... I just don't think he suits what we're trying to do anymore. He's not good enough going forward. He's not good enough on the ball. He's not good enough crossing the ball. He's very, very good defensively, but I think that's kind of where his skill sets end. And in a more defensive style team, I think he'll do an unbelievable job. So yeah, I wish him all the best at West Ham. There's no hard feelings towards him. Wan-Bissaka to West Ham looks like it will be a here we go very, very soon. Moving over to Mazraoui, the same journalist is saying that obviously as soon as the Wan-Bissaka deal is announced, Mazraoui will join Manchester United. That deal's already done. Bayern Munich have agreed a fee. The player wants to come to the club. He's agreed personal terms. So it's effectively a like-for-like swap almost. We sell Wan-Bissaka and we bring in Mazraoui. And yeah, I'm excited about it. I think he'll be a good signing. I do. And at the end of the day, right, the most important thing that we can do is give Erik ten Hag the players he wants. And until he has a proper team, I think it's very difficult to ask him to play Erik ten Hag football. At the moment, he's got players from like 4 or 5 different managers. If he gets De Ligt, Martinez, Mazraoui, obviously Luke Shaw at left back, and then he has, all the other players that he's signed ahead, Onana, etc. There's no excuses then. That will be an Erik ten Hag team, innit? So that's all I hope, that he gets the players he wants. And it looks like he is going to get that wish. So that's really, really positive. But moving on from that, I have some more positive news for you as well. And I want to say a massive congratulations to Harry Amas, Toby Collier and Ethan Wheatley, who have officially been added to the first team for this season. That's been confirmed by Samuel Luckhurst in the last couple of minutes. So Harry Amas will be part of the left-back options. Toby Collier, obviously a central defensive midfield option. And Ethan Wheatley will be an option as a striker. So fair play to them. Really, really great to see our youth players coming through. And it's great to see Erik ten Hag nurturing and actually bringing through youth, because if you look at Arsenal, for example, I know this is a Manchester United channel, but just to give you some context, Arsenal haven't brought a single youth player through since Arteta's been there. The last youth player to come through and break into the first team at Arsenal was Saka, and that was under Unai Emery. They haven't brought through a single one in 5 years. All of their players have been purchased. So we have to give Erik ten Hag some credit. Last year it was Willy Campoala and Mainu. The season before that it was Garnacho. I know he didn't give all of them their debuts, but he was very largely at part for their successes in that first team and, giving them their opportunities and trusting in them. And it looks like Harry Amas, Toby Collier and Ethan Wheatley will be the next ones to get their go this season. So congratulations to them. Really, really happy. And yeah, I can't wait to see, what the future lies for these really, really young, talented players. And then the final story I've got for you today is again coming out from Florian Plettenberg. He is reporting that Bayern Munich have received the signals from Manchester United that they want to sign both Matthias de Ligt and Mazraoui. He says that the clubs are now negotiating on agreement for a double transfer, which should happen shortly. So that's really, really positive. We need de Ligt desperately. We need Mazraoui desperately. If we could get them both for around £50 million, I would be very, very happy. Bayern want 42 for de Ligt and 20 for Mazraoui, apparently. If we can negotiate that down for 50 for the two of them, I think that would be a fair deal for everybody, maybe with some add-ons on the top. And yeah, when you think that Branthwaite was £70 million plus add-ons, if we got De Ligt and Mazraoui for 50, that would be really, really good value in the market. So yeah, fingers crossed we get that one done. It looks like we will. There seems to be a lot more confidence around that deal happening now, especially with Lindelof looking like he's going to leave, Wan-Bissaka on the brink of joining West Ham. That would be one centre-back gone, one right-back gone, and will allow us to bring through Mazraoui and De Ligt. So yeah, really, really positive. It looks like things are starting to move in the right direction. I'm going to end the video here. We will be doing a watch along for the Community Shield. I'll be live at about 2:45, so make sure you join me for that. Have a lovely afternoon, everybody, and I'll speak to you all later. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. Bye for now.